TV.
Kama nkulaji kungama ntama tausa kupasa opportunity. Business opportunity josa kupasa chifadu kudana ndikatangale. A lot of people have lost businesses because of kudana ndikatangale. But what do? Do you just join the bandwagon? You forgot warp. Because that's what Christians have become. We have become prostitutes. That's sanduka prostitutes who we ask, how much are you going to give me? How much is my benefit? Sidi anganaso kuti tukubanga tukuloa who we are getting in bed with. Panopa kuli my prison economy. By my prison association and to score majeza now just because you are talking about let's end corruption. Just because you are saying judiciary corruption, the legal profession mulikatangale, mu justice system mulikatangale. Malo yatu amasia kuyankulisa kukutulusa magulu. Antu kumaopa kutumiza message kuti amene mwina anthu akumusaidia ku anthu maopa kuimbira phone kupanga isolate completely. Amene usangawine mulandu ma client stand come to you. Kamangila uja mina amayankulira mujande kuti majaji sangamumvere inu majaji amene amapanga zawo mbava sama kwa anatu 25% itu ku judiciary uja sama pitirira 40%. So it means the judiciary, majority of the judges there, the majority of judicial officers are clean. Even my clerk and what tamangaja olandira mafile waja mapaper ma document kuli nzimbalango zimbava inde kumasama kwa na 40% anthu amene amaba kumene kujako anthu amene amakuza ndabwesa ndi ndalama. So you need to stand up inu yonse amene muli ku judiciary. Kodi anthu aku judiciary kulibe anthu opemphera ku judiciary ko? Kodi which gospel are you reading? Because if you follow the Christ that I follow as judicial officers, as my judge, by now mwazuka kali kunena kuti this enough is enough. Why is it kuti ku judiciary kuja anthu kulia Kristu kulia asilamu kulia anthu amene amapita ku mzikiti every Friday and every day kuli judiciary kuja kuli majaji okuti ndi azibusa so mipingo amalalika timaamva maposta timaona. But you can't stand on truth kunena kuti no, come public and engage the conversation against corruption, because that's the gospel that I know. Which gospel are you preaching if you can't stand and speak against corruption in your own department, in your, as Bido likes to say it, calls it the Department of Judiciary. In your own branch of government. It should be called a branch. A department is too small. Judiciary is big. It's a branch of government. What kind of judges are you when you can't stand for what you believe in? Because that's not where we have come to. Tafika pa point yonena kuti ku judiciary ngati kuli anthu amene ali osatira mulungu amene have to stand up and fight corruption publicly. Osati insist it wesensa pakati kumenyera. No. That's what has enabled the corruption all along. It's time for the judicial officers, it's time for supporting staff imene imapemphera kutulusa zinthu. Osati zinthu kutulusa ngopasa Kamangila ineso nane zandichulukira. I've got work to do. There's too many things. See how yonera kuti basi ziyose zingoti Kamangila ndi Kamangila amene sangayankhule amene alibe kuthekera amene mwina angakhale persecuted. I'll bring the information to me. Be my whistleblowers. Koma judges, magistrates, and how court rise up and my lawyers and antomvesa chisoni kwambiri chifukwa chonena zoti they are the West in this regard. Chifukwa chonena zoti corruption imapweteka kwambiri maloya amene akupanga zabwino ndipo amene akupandula pa kurapa katangale amene akuchitika ku Malawi in terms of the justice system ndi anthu ochepa kwambiri, ndi maloya ochepa koma amapanga benefit kwambiri. The majority of lawyers that are working hard with all their sweat and all that, they essentially are just angoperekeza mfumu kumwokalezera. And then amasekera umatengera ngati simadolo chacha makesi mina amayendera saenda kuti mungozindika kesi ja waluza munthu. All the submission that I made, all the research I didn't sleep that night. I went to court and my other friend didn't sana bange chiti chose maloya amene amakambirana. I say now banga present kesi ja even in documentation. Look at what I submitted, look at what the other side submitted, and look what the judge says. Like which law? malamulo amatha kukhala straight kuti akuyenda chonchi, mafacts akuyenda chonchi, judgment yake ikupita, and you are staying silent on Akatangale, yet it is killing you. Let me conclude by discussing the importance of meeting people in prisons. I can testify to going to prisons for the last 15 years. I started going to prison when I was a teenager. Because of my work when I was volunteering for Community of St. Gidio under that time Country of Rainbow, and then Youth for Peace as they call it, and then I became, a responsible. I was running the service, Community of St. Gidio in prisons, the whole Malawi, and we did a lot of initiatives, and I don't want to go deep into that because there are reasons why I'm no longer a volunteer of the Community of St. Gidio since 2021. But the point is, I cannot erase my life, the history that I've had in volunteering for the Community of St. Gidio. Right now, I stand on my own with other friends, different people, under Umuntu Access to Justice for All. But the point is that my history has a basis, has a beginning, has a, it's a process. Now, my point being, kunena kuti moyo wanga kumakaona anthu amundende, it converted me. It's not this center. It's not okay, you go to church kuje, umakumana ndi Yesu ama kusinta. Kuma muzabide ku prison, you also meet a different kind of Jesus. Yesu ageye mweyo, for Yesu is omnipresent. Balibe munkamera mapemphera wosankaidi. Kundende kuti anthu amapekuli azibusa kumene anthu oti akagwira Bible kulalikira, but just their lives kukalowa kundende kuja kuona their conditions and see how happy those people are. You wonder kuti akusangalala chani, why are they happy? Ine kuti ndikudandaula chani, ukamachoka umene kuchako mavuto ako onse makhala wada waona kuti ine ndilibe mavuto ka. The prison has a power to transform. Don't go there ngati umangidwe. Tikati umpite ku prison sinati umpite ngati umanga chinyamata maka ino nyamata apa TikTok. Osakhala zigawenga. Osakhala anthu kugwirizana ndi corruption, kuti umagwidwa ndi corruption. Osakhala ina chichola ndi azinza. Ina chichola ndakubaka abai bandalama zambirimbiri. Ayina chisale oseaja bandalama zambirimbiri. And they all still stealing. Ayina mbeda aja akubabe mpaka napana. Auta ukambirana ndisalima shuga ndi amwenye. Amwenye unina kuti amwenye ndamene amabera ziko ya Malawi. Mukambira nawo jani. These Asians, all they were doing was to steal from Malawi. And they don't have a case. And then you're saying, mufuna mukambirane now, zokuza Salima Sugar Company. What? You were frank in bed. Ukambirana ndi amwenye jani. Because amwenye amene wandi milandu. If you go to the office of the DBP, kudi muziona, kudi Kamangila, aziyamba ukamba za judiciary opening. Ninkani ya Salima Sugar Company. That's why I know that issue had inside out. I called out Justice Ken Man kudi anali corrupt. Because ninkani mention ninkai were inside out. So when sikulalelo, my news mukamalemba, and my journalist, you have clearly shown that you are part of the corruption. Busy basi, sensationalism basi, kuyambisa nkhani zopeka zipanga reporting ngati nizona. You are failing to report on Salima Sugar Company. Ahambeta. Akukambira na jani ndi amwenye. Amwenye wakuchokera kuti. Ma agents amene wakuchokera kuti. What are they discussing? Kodi case imene unaona inapita ku arbitration. Amakambira ampanga chani ku arbitration. What went to arbitration? You can't report on that, journalist. Recently, news ya lero apanga report zokuza mwase, nege mwase. Lawyer wake David Nyirenda. Case I was wondering, because the judge that has sat in that case at the High Court, the Michael Temple. So when they reported how they reported, I was surprised. I did a quick research. They have misreported. The title is misleading. Those guys have failed. Ajina David Kenyatta Nyirenda Nimumase over farm issues. They have failed. Amafuna bele farm, amafuna bele dziko la Malawi kuzera ku Industrial Relations Court. Dimbava. Yes, lawyer David Kanyenda Nimbava. Ndipo amayuza ma claims sports. Anthu akachisa antawaya judge osanchito amathamanga kwa ma judge ku industrial relations ma judicial officers timacha your honor. They are the level of registrars, some are the level of magistrates. I'm sometimes confused as well. But and in the industrial relations court, ayina David Kanyenda yamapita kumekuja katenga ma settlement odabwisa. And the high court judgment muiwerenge ama journalist amene wapanga report lero zokuza mwase uyu David nyine client wa David Kanyenda wapanga report zaboza, and these are both journalists, ma journalists ogulidwa, ma editors ogulidwa, mbava inuyo mwapanga report nkhani ya David Kanyenda kuti apambana nawo zaenda bwino. Those guys have failed. Where are you Christians when you have all the mainstream media misleading the nation and you are okay? Koda Kristo muli kutiko koda Islamu okulubira Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, peace be upon him. Amene makulubira Muhammadi muli kutiko Islamu, because you need to come out and talk. What are you talking about? Christian Islam yage, because they have read the Quran. Because of my work on the abolition of the death penalty and what people used to say, death penalty, if Islam udima kubia zola zozan, I read the Quran and understood in the zapozaka zomina gude Islamu chima punzisa an eye for an eye. That's not what Islam be, because the Quran begins every verse ya Quran, every chapter ya Quran imagamba za Mungu Allah opanda wachisomo chosata chachisomo chifundo cha Mungu wachifundo chosata libe mali. That's what the Quran, every verse. But even when you go deeper to what the Quran says about the death penalty, the Quran was very clever in that it's actually more kinder. The Quran is more kinder than what the Bible has said about the death penalty. The Quran has indicated that the family of the person that has been killed, the family of the deceased, indi kutekera imapasida mwai okambirana ndi munthu amene anapha munthu uja. That's what the Quran says. And you aja amata kumkhulira munthu uja, because the Quran opens that door. It opens the door for reconciliation. And it says ngati munthu yo family yake yanena kuti munthu akamuphe well and good. That's what the Quran, and that's the weakness of the Quran. Yes, we should, but it goes further on its strength. The Quran says, and the Quran encourages people to reconcile. It encourages forgiveness of the murderer. That's what the Quran says. So I've read the Quran. I was just giving you a background why I had to read the Quran. I had to read the Quran because of my advocacy on the death penalty. The Quran is a Bible. I mean, the Quran has a lot of things that it took from the Bible. After all, the Quran was written many years, hundreds of years after the Quran, the Bible was already written. Anyway, but let's get back to the issue here. Kani ndione na unina kuti pamene talandira chipulumutso ndipo pamene tili ndi moto wakuuka kwa Ambuye Yesu, moto wa uthenga wabwino, timayenda ngati ngalawa, timayenda ngati train, timayenda ngati BMW kufalisa uthenga liwiro la changu, timapanga machawi ndiuone sasa unina kuti alese amve uthenga umenewu kundende kuja kumene kujako timatha kulandira chipulumutso timatha kulandira pena paliponse. Ndipo tikuyenera ife akhristu tiziyendera anthu amundende, ife asilamu tiziyendera anthu amundende chabwino, koma makamaka akhristu chifukwa ine ndi Mkhristu ndipo ndimaziwa za Yesu Khristu, koma asilamu ndikuwatchula in the context of the country because dziko la Malawi si la akhristu okhaokha kuliso asilamu. So let me clarify there. Kubwera anthu ena ake this and that, makamba iwe this and that. Shit down. Fight corruption. Ngati wewe uli mbusa olongosoka tathana ndi Akatangale kumalawi. Tazira lika za uthenga othana ndikale kuti ndithana ndi Akatangale bwana. Pamene talandira uthenga wabwino ndipo tikusatira uthenga wabwino, tili ndi kuthekera kujuza dziko lapansi mpaka na chivomerezi kuchitika. chivomerezi chimene tikuyenera kupanga ndi chivomerezi chomangisa anthu uncomfortable. The corrupt should be uncomfortable. We should bring earthquake to all those people that are corrupt. And the earthquake, you can see it. The problem is, mwakalajede ambiri mwapinira michira anu basi kumaopa kumabisala. When the earthquake is starting, don't say the gujuze madera onse, maango onse, because that's how the war yomwe ikupanga prevent justice to happen in Malawi will fall down and justice will come. We will see justice happening. Ananena kuti wars shake and the chains fell. When I would break all the chains, break all the chains. That is a song, Break All the Chains. Check it out. Listen to that song. Very powerful song. This is a song that I used to listen to 4 years ago. 4 or 5 years ago. I remember specifically. Msewama ngoja kukonza. Uli madobe ukauka kati ngamini njenga ukauka. When I was driving, going to Mangochi, to see my granny akudwala. I listened to that song. Nacho kunyumba 9 p.m. around 10 p.m. when my granny was sick, Maximus Quizon. I drove. I remember my car, Alex, Toyota Alex. Toyota Alex. I saw not Paso, obviously not Paso. Anyway, it's not important, but it was a Toyota saloon, a Toyota saloon sort of car. I drove all the way, listening to that song, and that song strengthened me. Driving little top, I'm tired, I'm driving a bad road. Ndiwenda kuyendesa mwachangu, ukazorweraso kutamanga, and all that, and umayenda misewija kuti kusoko mangoche, nthawi mvulaso. Msewu wake ukangodusa pa liwondi turn off. Ukangolowa msewu wa mangoche ucha. Ndi misinje yokayoka. So it's a very difficult road when it's not, many and all that. But to break all the chains is a very important message. Tindi anthu ambiri feta mangila musinga zambiri mbiri. Machimo osiyana amene akudivutitsa. Katangale netu kamba kutukwana, uhule kandi wa mamuna kandi wa mkazi. Uhule sutengera kuti ndiwe sexy yanza. Mahule amatakhala amuna amatakhala akazi. Ulesi tu is a chain, Ndi malize ndi nkhani yonena kunena kuti ngakhale uyo amene akuponya miyala, the gospel imakhala ndi akuthekera komusintha. So the jailer, the person amene anatsekera Paulo ndi Saila, anayika kuti mtika mweni mtika po ndisi anayikidwa mtika mweni mwandende nkati in the inner side of the prison. Kuti security ya deep nditu koma nditu panaibe kuti when God wants to do his thing, it doesn't matter kuti amene wanda judge, amene wawa and inspector general, amene wanda president, amene wanda minister. When you are empowered by God, you can bring down anyone. That's why David brings down Goliath. That's why, because when God has ordained you, when God has set you free to fight for him, he fights on your behalf. And so, if God is fighting for you, who can stand you? Who can defeat you? Ku ntchito zathu zitekuthandiza kunena kuti titese kusinthana. Ndio omwe amene amatiponya miyala, ngakhale iwo amene amatitukwana, ngakhale iwo amene amatina ndi wamisala iwe unatere amene amatinamizira nkhani, amene amatipekera nkhani. Ntchito zathu zimene tikupanga zotumikira Ambuye zimatha kuti ndikuthekera kosinthana, ndifake munthu yawa kupanga convert. Then exactly the issues zimene anapanga uyu Lydia, amene walandira uthenga wabwino, amene walandira chipulumutso chimene umayenera munthu nthawi yomweyo kusinthika. The immediate you show umaonesa ifake so even jail akwatenga anthu aja amaopa koyamba kuti anthu aja athawa ndizipha ine. Then ndikambe nkhani ya suicide, attempted suicide. Nthawi zambiri sitimafuna kufotokozana nkhani ya kufuna kuzipha. Akatolika, listen to me, Catholics, this is an issue that I've been wanting to say, I haven't found a point. I think this is the moment. A bishop, maga utenga ubide kwa the president of the conference of the bishops, the Catholic bishops, Dr. His Lordship, Dr. Ntumbuka. The Catholic Church is a very rich church, and pali kwai inaimba nyimbo yo cholinga chake imafuna kuti ithandizire kumenya nkhondo yo thana ndi nchitidwe ozipa imene ili noble cause, but akamayimba nyimbo yawo, akamayamba message yawo is wrong. Ineyo siningamwe mankhwala ine olopata vuda patatani sindingazipe ineyo siningame mankhwala ine tintinti olopata vuda patatani. The introduction olopata vuda patatani siningazipe siningame mankhwala ineyo, it's demeaning to the people that have attempted before, or have those thoughts, suicidal thoughts. So it's not helpful in that regard. So from now on, it's either you change those words, you put in different words, or that song should be banned completely. The song, ineyo siningame mankwala inea mayangani maria, and the nyimbo yokoma, it's a very good song. The intention is right. But as somebody that understands mental health, as someone that understands disability rights, as someone that understands my concept of messaging advocacy, the Catholic Church should ban that song, or kwaija ikaloso mu studio ikaike mawena the same tone you need to change. You can't say what is said at the beginning. Olopata vuda patatani siningazipe ineyo siningame mankhwala ine. You are mocking the people that have attempted suicide before, or people that have got suicidal thoughts by doing that. And what you do by doing that, why it's important to stop this kind of messaging, is because you, in a way, diminish any effort or any intentions for people to come out. I need my effort, my thoughts are, I need help. You by that song, people will just be like, okay. And this I've experienced it myself, like many chigoba bakiri muruzi TV inapeleka information yokuza yonena unati Kamangila anama mankhwala ophera makose katatu chanjana zowaboza. But you see the messaging, how people have been hitting on me. People will always grab, obviously. And when I was starting fighting corruption, I knew that the cartel will fight, and the cartel will use that Najingo Baje. Panoa Yuzana, Ambasso Banga hit DBB, and that's totally the principle. When you look at the Ichigo Babagiri Mus TV, the issue that I have with him is that he's up for hire, the highest bidder. So when somebody else has hired him, he will go for it, depending on how much money he has been given. It's all about the highest bidder. It's nothing else. So let me end it and restart the live. Yeah, so the point is that you see the comments that people say when that issue is flowing. Amanyazisa, like of course in the fight lack of knowledge. Amanyazisa, ndio opusa, ndio tano, mafuna uzipa. The mocker that goes there, the people are not informed, and so but if people are weak, that can also bring them into stress and depression, and then it follows to suicidal attempts and all those kind of things. But The people that attempt to kill themselves are not weak. They're not weak. They're not weak, and I'm not encouraging, and it's not like, it's a sickness. Ni matenda. Ni makaudi muntu uli mu situation you need help. You don't need mockery. The mockery is not helping you. That's not what's needed. He's going through a lot. And in my regards, in my observation, in my because I've done research on these things. Most of you, and you haven't done any research, you haven't given time to these things. In my research, any intelligent person, anyone who is brilliant, has some suicide thoughts at some point. Did they pursue it? Did they, how they hit? How far it affected them? Any brilliant person, at least one day, I'm a kagudi suicide thoughts because he sees things that other people cannot see, and some of the things that brilliant people see, frustrated, and they can get them into depression. Ama ukhala basi ngati chule onena kuti ali madzi aja ali pamoto anthu amuza iwe madzi oto akuocha iwe ndikusambira ene and all that or the song this other choir about mulamba anakagwira uko kuenda nawo kulowa kunyanja kubwera kunyumba kuwaika madzi ali ndapeza basi ma ali uli mumphika uja ndikumaputani kuyikidwa pamoto amulamba aja basi kukakamira anza waza iwe mulamba thawa menemo kana imbalame kana chani nyimbo yo ndaiwa kuti mali amene amamuza mulamba kuti mulamba uli pamoto akuphika yali ndakumbukira ndikazate ndili kumadzi kwathu bla 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 kenako mulamba anapezekera wapi. The Catholics, the song Patatan has to be banned completely or change the messaging at the beginning because you are doing a mockery of suicidal attempts or people that have attempted to kill themselves, or that might because you and that creates a stigma. That song encourages stigma and looking down upon but anyone. I mean, and I'm telling you, for those that have thoughts of that are suicidal and all that, it's something that you should seek help and talk to people. You can talk to me. You can talk to talk to someone. The situation you are passing through, people, it makes you feel that's the solution. The pain you're going through is just to die. It's born and dingo Peter. No, that's actually you're not talking to someone. And in your experience, knowledge of these issues. Try to find someone else. Don't dismiss people. Sometimes we are very dismissive. We madenda azunga meneo. Madenda na olemera. Mental health is real problems. Mental health affects everything. You can't talk about it even uzima mental conditions including postmortem. Attend to. Azmayaja agabereka, even during pregnancy, there is all sorts of mental issues, and we don't engage as a country. Ngati dziko kodi tu mukandi mawa mulungu mwainu mukamvetsa mawa mulungu anthu mumakhala fired up and you become angry. That's why Jesus anaphwasula zinthu mchechi mja kugulubula chifukwa tu makhala kuti ukuziwa zinthu. Ndakuwuzani za prophet amene atapambana ankafuna kuzinyonga ankafuna kuzipa. This is a prophet of God, is chosen one of the greatest prophets of all time. Uyu jailer amene ankamanga Paulo ndi Asaulo ndi amene akwatenga ndikukaphikira ndikukaonesa chikondi. Anthu amene akubandala maboma ndi amene so atandisamale ineyo. They are the ones that are going to take care of me. The police that are used, the CID to kill people, ndi amene atandisamale ineyo. Zigawenga zimene zimatumidwa kuti zikampange affect, zikamupheka mangira. zigawenga zimene zimatumidwa kunena kuti zikamuphe Kamangila, zikangomvulaza, zikangomenya makofi, kunchola mwendo, kunchola mkono. Zigawenga zimene zija, when they reach me, they'll be the ones to give me the real information, more information and more evidence against the judges, against the politicians, against the pastors, against all the people amene akubanda ndalama za Malawi.